Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Tom and I'm here today to give a brief initial review of the Hitachi job site table saw. I'll give a more in-depth review later on after I've had the saw for a while. This saw is new. They just put them out on Lowe's floor probably about a week ago. So I seen it and I've been trying other saws. I've had to return quite a few for different issues. So I grabbed this one to give it a try and see how it fares compared to the other ones that I've tried out. So that being said, let's get started. When I got it, opened it up, the instructions were clear. I didn't have any problems setting it up. Everything was included in the box. It comes with all the safety features that these saws come with. It comes with the blade guard, the robbing knife, the anti-kickback paws. What else? It comes with a push stick, which is conveniently stored right there. I think that's pretty awesome. And as you can see, it comes with a rolling stand. It's and the stand itself easily sets up. There's no craziness to it. You just fold in the legs and you're off. It's really sturdy, really durable. I'm actually quite impressed with how sturdy this is. It's really stable. And it's real beefy, so it's definitely going to last a while as long as it's taken care of. So let's talk about some of the things I really like about this saw. I like that the tabletop is big. Some job site saws are real small, like the DeWalt 744. It has a smaller footprint, and I guess that's good in some cases. But my preference is to have a bigger top. That way, I have more space to work with. The rip capacity on it is 35 inches right, and I measured about 13 and a half left. If you take these bolts all the way out and adjust it like that, but it has great rip capacity, and it has the rack and pinion just like the DeWalt does, and I really feel that is superior to any other fence system, because you can really dial this thing in and get it extremely accurate, parallel to the saw. What else? Like I said, it includes all the safety gear. The robbing knife is permanently attached in there. I think the Boss is like that, but it can go all the way down, so it's out of the way. It can take a dado stack. It's really easy. The lever in here is real easy to flip up and down. I know some of them a real pain to push down and up. This one's really easy. The throat plate fits good. It's got the 4 adjustment screws, and it's really level. Okay, what else? The extension, it comes with an outfeed extension. This comes with it. That's a nice feature. Usually you have to pay extra for them. And it's dead accurate, dead level with the tabletop itself. So that's really good. And it locks down. You can open it or close it, or you can take it out if you don't want to use it at all. A couple other things that I really like about this. It has the soft start motor, and it has an electric brake. So it stops really fast. Most of them you gotta wait a minute for it to wind down. This one it stops dead. Let me give you a quick run of it so you can hear it. I'm gonna start it. You'll hear the soft start up, and then I'll stop it, and you'll see how quick it stops. Here we go. I mean, that's literally 3 seconds. No problem. I really like that. It's a good safety feature too, so you don't accidentally bump it or something while it's winding down. As I said, the stand itself is really hefty. It's really beefy. It has storage on board for everything, so all your stuff there is storage for. Your push stick, your miter gauge, all that stuff. One thing I wanted to mention: the miter gauge is pretty nice. I mean, the ones that usually come with these job site saws suck, plain and simple. But this one's pretty nice. It's got detents that actually lock in, as opposed to the pin that you just slide in and out, and it's got bolts back there. This one actually has detents that are set from the factory, and they're dead on. Another thing I like about it is This one has probably the least amount of slop at any of the job site saws that I've tried. I mean, it's in there really good, nice and accurate. Now there is one thing. Now there's adjustments for everything on here, for your 45 degree, your 90 degree bevels, you know, for your rip vents to get parallel with the blade. All that's there, but there is one fatal flaw that I think some people might have a serious problem with this. There is no adjustment for the blade to parallel itself with the miter slot. Now, I don't know if it's because they come to the factory, you know, pretty much dead on with the miter slot, but there are no adjustments for it. Mine was off just a little bit. I had to actually get up under the table saw and loosen the trunnion bolts, and you know, it's a big pain in the butt trying to move that saw over, you know, just a 64th or a 32nd, trying to get it lined up with the miter slot. That's a pain in the butt when you gotta crawl up under there and move it, come back up, look, or you know, try to get up in there and move it around, and then tighten them bolts down and try to keep it aligned. There is no official adjustment for it. You just got to get under there and loosen the trunnion bolts and try to adjust it the best you can, which I think is a major flaw. I really don't like that. But being that I'll probably just be using a cross-cut sled anyway, it's probably not going to be a problem because I can always adjust that sled to the blade. So it shouldn't be too much big a deal. But I did get down there and I did adjust it to the miter slot. We'll see how it stays over time, you know, with the vibration. Speaking of which, this doesn't really vibrate much at all. It's really smooth. It starts up great. And that's just my initial review. I just wanted to let you guys know how it was doing, you know, initially. There's not any reviews out there, so I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there and give you guys, you know, and this is another option if you're looking into saws right now. They got this, the Rigid, the DeWalt, and the Bosch, and they're all in a price range between like $550. This one was $449 at Lowe's. I think it was $449, either $449 or $479. But in any case, other than that adjustment, lack of adjustment, everything else is great. I really like this saw compared to the other ones. The other ones were all good too, but each of them had their own problems. The DeWalt was the best in my opinion. The thing I didn't like about the DeWalt was the tabletop was too small. And I'm not talking about the job site DeWalt. I'm talking about the DW, I think 785 or 84, something like that. It had the bigger rip capacity, but the tabletop was just too small for me. But other than that, that saw was great, and I would have kept it, but I just had to have something a little bit bigger as far as tabletop space goes. And this fit the bill, so I grabbed it, and I will be putting another review up, I guess in a couple months after I put this thing through its paces. But as of right now, it's cutting straight and true, and it's pretty great. So take a look at it. You can pull the specifications up online, and thanks for your time.